sit back, cause it's judging Silicon Valley.
Now, give it up for your hosts, Ryan and Jeff.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Judging Silicon Valley. Of course, the show where we judge Mike Judge's show about Silicon Valley. Here we are at Season 2, Episode 2, Runway Devaluation. I am still Ryan Cronin. With me is Jeff Reitman. Jeff, how are you?
You're fucking loud today.
Well, it's 420, so I'm trying to compensate for what happened earlier.
Yeah, and I live in the hate, which for those who don't know is 420 Central.
Yeah, there's actual green fumes coming through the window cracks. So, San Francisco does not fuck around in the Haight-Ashbury at 420. That's where we are.
I farted in my car on the way home, and I was not sure if I was smelling the skunk or my fart, and it was really confusing for a while.
It's really interesting. I don't know.
We have a lady here. I'm classing it up.
Yeah, indeed. Well, speaking of that, Jeff,
I'm glad you noticed, you guys.
Our special guest here for Season 2, Episode 2 is a very funny comedian here in the Bay Area, originally hailing from the beautiful country of France. Everybody, it's Clara Bijl. It's Clara Bijl. All right.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. What a pleasure.
Well, thank you for
An
being
honor,
here.
really.
Thank you for being here. How did you celebrate your 420 today?
Well, I took my kids and my mother down 8 Hashberry, and we walked a little bit. We didn't smoke anything, but we didn't have to.
Edibles. Because that's it's better for kids.
Kids love snacks and
candies, chocolates,
And then I left them with my mother. I said, you know what? I'm out. You guys have fun. Enjoy the
You just left them in Haight-Ashbury.
Yeah, I did.
They're out there just wandering around right now.
I'm sorry. Hopefully they'll be wherever I left them.
Wow.
By the time I come back.
Is mom is your husband's mother-in-law, or your mother?
No, my mother.
My mother. And she's French. Does she speak English?
She is French. Yeah, she does.
She does.
Yes.
First time? Is she just very confused about what's going on?
No, not at all. She's very used to it.
Okay, all right.
She's been here
cool.
enough. Yeah.
She knows what it is.
Adjusted.
No, we had neighbors who would grow a bunch of weed. So that was kind of very interesting.
Well,
So
I remember my wife's dad coming here for the first time. We drove through Golden Gate Park, and within 5 minutes, we had a naked bicyclist.
Nice.
And I was like, welcome to San Francisco. You've been indoctrinated.
And that's how Jeff and I met, which is interesting.
That was you?
Yeah, I mean, I like to, enjoy myself.
I don't understand how one's comfortable with no
underwear on the bicycle?
on the seat.
Well, that's I use the bicycle built for two, and one is for my testicles.
Nice.
So I should really see a doctor.
Is your
one or the
testicle?
back one?
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
It's elephantitis. That's why I'm always sitting behind the table. All right. Well,
on that note,
here we are coming in with the second episode of the second season, titled "Runway Devaluation." Mike Judge directing this episode again. Again. Yeah, he's coming in hot, 2 in a row. Which is he only did the pilot and the finale of season 1. So this is continuing the story. We're gonna do the breakdown here, but first, as we do with all guests, Clara, just curious your overall take on the series, how you feel about the series, and then also your experience with the real Silicon Valley, tech douchebags or nice guys or what have you. Anything come to mind?
Or tech bags.
Yeah.
Or nice douches.
Yeah.
I do like douches. It is a French word.
Okay.
Talking to the mic.
Okay.
Oh, yes, the mic. Yes, the mic is my friend. No, I like the show. I enjoy it. I wish there was a few more women on the show that would make me happy. I was happy to see more women this season.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean one more.
One more. Yep.
So that
Lori Bream.
To be fair, though, they did double the number of women.
They did. Yeah.
That's 100% increase.
Unless you count Dinesh as a woman.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Whatever fan fiction you're writing, Jeff.
Well, you always talk about the Guilfoyle Dinesh fanfic you have in your head.
Yeah, but
and
that's like two loving
Guilfoyle's
brothers.
clearly the top.
Like one like with a Viking helmet on, like brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yes.
women.
No. So but only, I mean, I like the show. I like the characters. I feel like however it is now, it's working.
Sure.
I would like to see what that particular woman. I don't know her name. The new one.
Lori
Lori
Bream.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen with her, what she's going to do in the next few episodes, and we'll see.
Yeah, we talked about her in the last episode where she also is an Asperger's kind of character.
Yeah, that was a little bit disappointing.
Yeah,
I have to say.
I mean, my theory, I don't know if this is the case, but that for the most part, they're using existing plots and scripts for the
Peter Gregory
character because she's so close to it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see, you know. But with that, again, she does reappear here in this second episode. Not a lot going on there, but really a lot of focus on Dinesh, which is kind of exciting.
One thing I'll comment on the women thing, too. It's clear that Lori is not going to be a love interest. Right?
Well, yeah.
Unlike Monica, which seemed teed up from episode 1, at some point she was going to get involved with Richard.
Right.
They were...
we were hoping.
You know, but I would like to see, and this is just me, but
Richard's wiener, like...
No, a very uncomfortable sexual tension between Lori Bream and Jared.
How about just a really uncomfortable sexual encounter between any two characters?
Between any two characters, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's where I think, you know, I could see the Lori Bream character being, you know, Jared's trapped in a room with her, and she's like, I'm very stressed, so I need to have sexual relations. Please remove your pants. Oh, like, I'm writing this for you, Mike. You with me? All right. But yeah, exactly. Okay, so we'll dive in here again. As Jeff says, I'm going to try and recap the entire episode.
In 22 minutes or less.
I did 45 seconds. I'm going to try and beat that. I think my best was 30 seconds, but here we go. Okay, ready?
I'm watching the time.
You ready? Okay.
Go.
Runway devaluation. So basically, we pick up after the lawsuit from Hooli to Pied Piper, basically an IP lawsuit. They discover because of that Raviga, which is where Lori Bream, Peter Gregory owns, has pulled out their funding. They now don't have funding. They've run out of money. They're going back to the old VCs that are all saying, well, fuck you. You put your balls on the table. No, thank you. Meanwhile, we meet Dinesh's cousin, Wajid, who has a new app called Bro. Because of the fact that the funding's been pulled, he's put $5,000 into his Kickstarter. He wants to stop that, but unfortunately, it does get funded, and hilarious things ensue. End.
No, you didn't finish.
Damn it.
The music and the mariachi.
You're
Gavin
right.
and
You're right. And
Gavin and Richard sitting at the
Gavin
lovely Mexican
Belson
with the hoodie
has gone back to wanting to acquire Pied Piper.
So you were already over your record.
All right. Damn it. All right.
Well, I mean, it was 45 seconds. It's just too bad you missed a really important point.
Well, again, I'm glad you're here, Clara.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. If you guys want me to go, you can just tell me. I'll leave right now. It's fine. I apologize. This is your show. You can do whatever summary you want.
There's no way I will ever do it right with Jeff the Needle.
That's
here,
true.
By the way. There's nothing I can do right. I call him the Needle because it's the Needle. So there you go. So now let's break this down here. So first we see the scene opens. And I find this interesting. The bookends of this episode are man bracelets, by the way. So we open with Ron LaFlamme. They pronounce it LaFlamme, but I like Flamme.
Oh, their attorney?
Their attorney.
Their attorney, yeah. They're ridiculous.
Got
attorney.
bracelets on. It's got man bracelets. Again, bookends. You're going to see at the end. So he's basically saying that, and this is where I kind of want to talk about the reality of this, of any experience you may have, or Jeff, you may have here. With this, it's an intellectual property lawsuit. So Hooli, which has the nucleus product, the competing nucleus product, they have a nuclear. Basically, they're saying that Pied Piper stole. We know that's not the case, and we know that actually they're probably righteous. That doesn't matter with the American legal system because...
it doesn't matter anywhere.
It doesn't matter anywhere, but it's he who has the gold makes the rules. It's going to cost them upwards of $2.5 million to get a legal team just to
get
discounted, yeah.
Legal team.
Yeah, just to get out of
the
this.
bookend on the other side.
Just to get out of this. And of course, they don't have that. They don't have the funding now, and so on. So my question to either you, Clara or Jeff, your experience and your thoughts about false intellectual property type lawsuits that are really it's a tactic. Do you think that that's something that is righteous? I mean, to me, I feel like that's one of the core things that's wrong with this country, and for something like that
but
to be a standard practice. You know what I mean?
Again, I agree with you that it's wrong, but it's not just in this country that it happens. People do it everywhere.
Okay.
And you can say, I mean, it goes, intellectual property. Okay, that's one thing. Like, you'll do it. It's a business tactic.
Sure.
It's kind of awful. But, if you want to be a dick, then go for it. But then it doesn't make a difference.
yeah.
I mean, if you have nothing to do with your life and you have time to waste and money to waste, then just start lawsuits and make shit up and have fun.
She's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
But then I've also seen companies buy companies like Pied Piper, specifically because the CEO hated the CEO that was suing the small company.
Right.
And was like, all right, I'll get my lawyers on this shit and you're going to lose. Suck it.
So I think the bottom line is we need to just be lawyers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Everyone should embrace
join
their
them.
inner La Flame.
If
Yeah,
just for the bracelets.
yeah. Give in to your hate.
Yes.
Like Emperor Palpatine would
And
tell
you can
us,
get amazing man bracelets.
Yeah. Man bracelets, indeed.
That's your reward for selling your soul.
Yeah. All right. So the next thing here is we know Raviga, that company, has to pull the funding. Now, this is where we have, again, the only scene.
With Lori.
With Lori Bream and also Monica, the tip to make sure that she dresses unattractive.
It's hilarious. Yes.
How much truth is there to that, Clara? Have you?
Well,
have
I've
you
never had a job, so
You've never had a
I
job.
I don't
All
know,
right.
and I'm wearing
All right.
beige right now. I don't know if
You
you
are
guys
wearing
have
beige.
noticed.
But you're not wearing the
Yeah.
choker
The
sweater.
the
No, I thought the whole thing was very funny, and also the fact that she is the one who brings that up to Monica is very funny, and then it cuts to her wearing like this turtleneck in here where it's like
It did look
hot.
like clothes your grandmother would buy you, sort of, for Christmas.
No, but then when what's his face, T.J. Miller, what's his character's name?
Ehrlich.
Yeah.
Ehrlich, yeah.
Bachman.
When Ehrlich
calls her out.
What's going
right
on.
away, it was just so
because
funny.
so many women have done that to him.
I'm sure.
I wonder why.
I thought that was a very smart.
But Jared didn't see through. He was. He says. You are a true autumn. I believe you look striking, which is sweet Jared there. Okay. So now we're going to get into kind of that's our main plot line here. Is again, where's the funding? What's happening to Pied Piper?
I was just gonna comment that Richard really didn't allude to his sexual desires as much as I would have expected to him in that scene.
because of the sweater.
Just that she did look good despite wearing granny clothes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's just focused on his Pied Piper.
Yeah, she
thing.
kind of delivered terrible news,
Yeah.
so that might have been the boner killer.
It would be like, yeah, this is really bad news for me, but you want to have a drink? It's just, I don't think he's that type of guy yet.
No.
Yeah. Dinesh was very upset. He said, I'm going to leave the room without
Yes.
saying goodbye.
Yes. Whoa. Whoa.
And so that does pick up the subplot here of this episode, the contained plot, which I really enjoyed, of course, is the Bro app, which is this is Dinesh's
Jared's
cousin.
shining moment.
There's a lot going on with the Bro app, yeah. So
Now, do you think women could be on the Bro app?
Yeah, bro.
Sure,
Didn't
bro.
So in the bar, when they're doing the campaign fundraiser, one of the women that he was talking to, trying to tell them not to donate, was like, "Yeah," and it's,
No, but
she was impressed
was she
because
a
it was so
bro?
efficient.
Was
so
she a
efficient.
bro?
she clearly
or-
used it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just
There you go.
I'm sorry. This is the second time I bring up women. I apologize.
No, well, it's needed. It's definitely needed. But so the Bro app, let's talk about it. Okay, they even mentioned the Yo app.
Well, before we get too far into
Please.
the app, we need to talk about Dinesh being the cool cousin.
Sure.
Oh, right.
Which, of course, Guilfoyle was very interested to hear. He came back in the room to, I need to know more about this, about how you're the cool cousin. And so Dinesh shares that he's cool because he got good grades.
He never stayed out late.
He would bring gifts to his teachers because they work so hard.
Yes.
Cool things. And I believe Guilfoyle says, and he goes, well, it's different in Pakistan. He goes, I've never been there, but I'm pretty sure that that's wrong. So anyhow, the bad cousin is the one who had a motorcycle, would smoke weed and all these kind of things.
And made the
And
bro
an
app.
app.
And made the Bro app. Now, the Bro app, they mentioned this in the episode, is based on an app called Yo. This is a real app that launched while they were writing season 2. And all it does is send the word yo. Okay, apparently the guy, what's his name, Arbel, created this in 8 hours. All right, he created the whole thing in 8 hours, and it's real. The Yo app exists. So Mike Judge and the writing team love this. Like, all right, let's create something just like that. Here's what's amazing: is in the scenes where Jared has the app up, they got a group of developers, the same group of developers that helped create their test model, whatever that's called for the compression.
Oh,
which
yeah,
they created,
the Weissman score.
Weissman score. Same group created basically the Bro app. So in those scenes, there's a working Bro application that the actors are using that they were playing with the whole time that just sends the word Bro. So it's actually on his phone while he's doing
They just
the Bro
need
app.
to ship that.
Well,
Put it on the App Store.
Well, they're so I think we shared this on the Facebook page out there, super fans. There's piedpiper.com is up and running.
Yeah.
And it's basically the character Jared is blogging on there. I believe the Bro app is available on the piedpiper.com. So
Let's
check
bro each
it out.
other.
It's
Yep.
kind of exciting. So with that, again, as I mentioned, the Kickstarter is involved here because of the cousin. So there's a meeting between Dinesh and his cousin Wajid, which I really enjoyed.
At a Phil's.
At a Phil's Coffee.
Tying it into local.
Phil's Coffee with a Z. That's the hippest of the hip coffee for those of you out there. What I enjoyed about that was really funny is they went into a complete conversation in Urdu. And as far as I know, it's probably the first American comedy sitcom to have a scene completely in Urdu, which is kind of awesome,
Are
as
you
a matter
sure
of
it was
fact.
Urdu?
It was Urdu.
I believe so.
Like, I know enough Hindi to have picked up a few words in
Nice.
there. but-
I thought maybe it would be German or something.
No, it was
Yeah.
it was definitely Urdu.
It was Klingon. As we know, in Pakistan, they speak
Or
Klingon.
I mean, it might have been Hindi too.
Yeah. But I thought that was pretty cool where Dinesh is trying to convince his cousin poorly to drop his app. Because, again, he doesn't have the money to fund Kickstarter because they've lost their funding.
Well, no, because the TechCrunch money that they were going to get is now going
50,000
towards the company.
Split 5 ways. He gave 5,000 of it, and that's all the money he has. They've yet to be paid. Anyone at Pied Piper is yet to be paid. So he poorly tries to convince him to drop it and actually gets him more excited of, well, I'm going to have a big party, and we're going to do this because fuck them. You're right,
Because
cousin.
of his own personal pride about his own app,
Yes, where the family said it was shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
which is funny. He got all like bent out of shape because his cousin was criticizing his app. That he actually torpedoed his own ability to get his cousin to cancel his shitty app.
Which is wonderful because I'm jumping around here, but just staying with the Bro app and Dinesh, is he does go to that party and tries to sabotage it by walking around the party and
talking
telling
shit
people,
about it. Yeah.
talking shit about it, telling them what bro means in other languages. So I did write these down. He's telling people, you know what bro means in Mandarin? Asshole. You know what it means in Portuguese? Rapist. You know what it means in Latvian? Personal favorite. One who beheads the Messiah. I like that one. This one, we don't know what language it is, but he goes, well, fecal eclipse. Doesn't really translate in English.
Those
but
feel
that's what it
all
means.
like improv lines.
Yeah, fecal eclipse is. I'm just trying to think what would consist
is that
of a
an
fecal
insult?
eclipse. Yeah.
It's when you're staring up at a light and someone poops on you.
Okay,
And then you
okay,
can't see
yeah.
the light anymore.
That's a fecal eclipse.
Yeah.
I like
Of
that.
course.
Yeah.
That would be.
And then finally, in Navajo, bro means a really joyful person with mental disabilities, which is pretty good. So that's pretty good here. Jeff, any other thoughts what bro could mean in another language?
Nope.
No. Clara, in French, what does bro mean?
Bro.
All right, there we go.
Bro. Bro. It could be brot in
Boat.
another language.
Okay.
Brot. Brot is
Yeah.
bread.
Yeah.
All right.
Laugenbroken in German. is
Bro, c'est
pretzel
bro,
bread.
quoi. Bro.
Okay.
Beau is a
I'm
word
hungry
for
now,
that.
all right.
Bro. Bro.
Pretty good. All right. Okay. So that's the bro app there. So Jared, of course, is a big fan of the bro app.
Of course, he would be.
He again gets 2 of the best lines in the episode again, constantly. First, he
Did you
mentioned,
notice in a couple of these scenes where they're in the house, Jin Yang's sitting in the back?
I didn't even
no,
notice
no, I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Do you know who Jin Yang is?
Yeah, the-
He's off in the corner
Really?
at a computer a couple times.
That's hilarious. I didn't see
Fantastic.
that. Yep.
Fantastic.
Anyway, he's my favorite character. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Jared's second.
All right. Yeah. Jared's pretty good. So Jared, of course, is using the Bro app. He actually, by using the Bro app, gets them a meeting with a VC. But I like that he first mentioned about, it's fun. You just use the word bro, which, normally I haven't used that in my daily life. Normally it's just assailants that say that to me. It's assailants. So they find their way through the Bro app to this final VC
Well, no, the
meeting.
second line he says it's very good is in response to bros before hoes.
Yes, which is
I forgot.
going to find some women to prioritize behind you.
Yeah.
No. He said no. Then he said it's something about friendship.
Yes. Oh boy. You're gonna kill me here.
Am I gonna have to look this up?
There we go. All right. But yes, that's a wonderful line. That's like one of the quoted lines in that's
trailer.
in the trailers and so on. So really good stuff there. So through using this Bro app, they finally get a meeting. As we know, Richard and Ehrlich are trying desperately to save this.
I'll go find some hoes to prioritize behind you. And Ehrlich says, "Are you trying to say bros before hoes?" To which Jared replies, "It's sexist, but it's about friendship."
Right.
I think we can all agree with that. I think we can.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, AV Club. Onion AV Club.
They do good work. So through this Bro app, Jared gets them finally their final last chance meeting with a venture capital firm. Now, this is where we have the brain rape scene. Okay, so
It's violent.
it is definitely
It's
violent.
violent,
Definitely violent.
There's whiteboard hustle.
Yes. I mean, there are so many men in there, and they're all dressed. It's brutal.
It is definitely brutal. Then they're all dressed. That's interesting. There's a room full of dressed men. This
They're
is going to
white
turn
and they're
out badly.
talking.
Yeah,
Which is funny. The
Scary.
scene about rape, there are no testicles in
There
it.
are no testicles in it. Yeah,
There's been a lot of testicle leading up to the rape
Exactly.
scene.
Yeah.
But none in the actual rape scene. Just a dry erase marker.
That's true. So Jeff,
That wouldn't erase.
And I were talking about this. So the brain rape. What does that mean? So this is basically where this venture capital company was asking for a really detailed presentation, i.e., to steal how the functionality of
Middle out.
Of middle out, exactly. Now, they mention in it when Ehrlich and Jared realized this. Now, here's again, personally, my favorite line of Jared. Even though the Bros Before Hoes is good, he realizes, it's like when somebody says they want to go birding with you, but they really just want to get you alone in the woods so they can steal your binoculars, which is clearly something that's happened to Jared more than once. How many pairs of binoculars? Unbelievable. But they mention like, they're brain raping us, aren't they? Like what happened to Yelp. So
Ouch.
being who I am, I have to research this, right? And Jeff and I talked about it. I can't find something specifically.
And I couldn't remember anything.
The only thing that came up was there was a lawsuit in 2012 against Google from Yelp, Amazon, and TripAdvisor because Google was, quote unquote, scraping their user reviews because the user reviews actually don't belong to a website because they belong to the user and plugging those into Google reviews. But I don't think that has to do with brain rape.
It either sounds like a really misguided attempt to correlate. Like they didn't really understand what the Google lawsuit was about.
Yeah.
And they just pulled one out of their ass. But
Or again, you guys know how I go wiki deep for these episodes. I couldn't find anything. Anyone out there who knows about a Yelp brain raping that happened?
Why don't we
please.
just make something up?
Sure. Okay. What could it? All right. So the Yelp people go into a room, and they go, "Oh, great! This is a great idea." So so what you can do is just comment on a restaurant. That's pretty good. Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. You know what? Let's steal that idea from someone else. Could we do that?
Yeah. But what was weird is the Yelp people were actually meeting across the table was the actual Burger King. They should have known better because the Burger King is a fucking thief.
He's a shady guy. You see him in those commercials.
He's a sneaky bastard.
They even have
The
a
king
game
himself?
called Sneak King.
Yeah.
Where he just goes around and sneaks burgers into people's
My
lunchboxes.
theory is under that Burger King smiling mask is a horribly burned, deformed monster.
Emperor Palpatine.
It is. It's Emperor Palpatine again.
You've put
That's
a lot
right.
of thoughts into
Yeah.
it.
This is a big week, everybody. All right, with episode 7 trailer, we had the Batman versus Superman trailer. I'm having a hard time focusing on
Do we have a
Silicon
message?
Valley here, but
Yeah, somebody just got a Facebook message.
Hey,
That was me.
Hey, you have
Let me
friends.
close down Facebook.
All right.
Problem solved.
All right.
Got this. Nailed it.
Well done.
Humble brag.
There you go. Okay, so anyhow, they get out of Branscombe Ventures there. They were the guys were taking camera phone photos of the whiteboard.
Oh, yeah.
They took the whiteboard with them. So
Because they couldn't erase it.
they couldn't erase it. It was
Which
a permanent
which
marker.
is awesome.
And then again, we get to the end of the episode here is where Richard gets a mysterious call. Oh, you just want to meet with me? Okay.
Which
We thought it
it was
was.
Monica.
That's who I thought too.
Yeah.
I didn't know what's going on there, but it's Gavin Belson wearing a hoodie and a bracelet.
I did not see the bracelet.
And he always wears these black.
Is
like
it the
Buddha
workout
prayer
bead
bead things?
Oh,
Yeah.
something like this?
There you go.
Like
No,
not
like
at all.
big black balls.
on his
Describing the bracelet.
You heard it here first. Gavin Belson
Has
likes
black
big
balls.
black balls.
Black
balls near his hands.
And his mouth.
And
maybe
his
it's the
mouth.
type of things to stress. remove the
Anal
stress.
beads?
That
Oh, no.
Benoit?
Not those.
No. I'm sure he has those.
Chinese medicine balls.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
so the secret meeting is at a Mexican restaurant. Oh, another note here is the bar where Wajid has his party. Again, I lost my mind with this.
The Kickstarter party.
There's
Yeah.
there's a specific shot of the outside of it, and it
Yeah.
says the cock and the bull.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a real bar.
Where I couldn't find it anywhere. Like there's
Maybe it's just been in other movies then, because I swear I've seen it before.
I did a Yelp search for the bar
Watch this show since last night.
twice.
Twice. Okay.
No, but Ryan takes notes
Yeah, that's
as he's
awesome.
going.
like a weirdo. But
And I bring beer occasionally.
so anybody local, and again, I looked in Sunnyvale, San Jose. I looked everywhere, Palo Alto, San Francisco, Redwood City. There's no bar called the Cock and the Bull. So I don't know.
It wouldn't.
It's just weird. Why create a fake? I just don't understand the show sometimes.
Well,
I don't
maybe it was
understand.
a bar owner who did not want to be associated with Silicon
And
Valley.
so they changed.
Yes.
So that means again
Maybe
we're going.
they just flipped a few letters.
Well, this is where Jeff loses his mind. Where sometimes there is
Cock and
actual
bull.
green screen happening. Very strange.
I mean, yeah, there's a place in Santa Monica, but I doubt that's it. It could be it, actually.
Oh, maybe that could be.
I don't know.
Santa Monica? No.
They're in South. Let's see.
No.
No,
Santa
that's
Monica.
not.
No.
That's not it, is it?
Well, that's a crime scene. That's interesting. We're looking on Google Earth right now.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyhow, I couldn't
I've
find the
been
name of that. You've been there? Oh, there you go. All right.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, they would play
There you go.
soccer.
Yeah, they play
Match.
soccer
Hey,
games.
there's
That's
your
what they
mother and
said.
your kids. They're
Yes,
standing
look.
right outside.
Oh, we can see them
That's
with the
weird.
camera.
That's weird that they were okay.
My son looks fucked up.
But anyhow, so the last scene is in a Mexican restaurant. They don't give the name of it. Here's what I find interesting: Mike Judge directed episodes. It's just an aside here. In most of his movies, he really likes shooting inside restaurants. I'm just saying. Take that knowledge.
You know what?
And watch Mike Judge.
It's
He
easy.
loves being inside
Yeah,
restaurants.
it's easy. You have you
really
It's very insightful.
close set.
It's weird. He just loves shooting. I think it's because he's near a bar. I think Mike Judge has a drinking problem. All right. But so last scene is in a Mexican restaurant. I don't know if it's real or not. And basically we're back to early in season 1 where Gavin is basically saying to Richard, look, you're frozen. It's going to cost you too much money. By the time you do lawyer up, I'm gonna launch Nucleus anyhow. You're gonna lose. So why don't I just acquire you? Mm-hmm. Passes over the paper. We don't know what value, and then a mariachi band starts playing, and that's
Which
the end
is
of the episode.
awesome.
Which is
And
terrific.
then the fact that they leave the scene, the characters, the camera on
Yeah.
as the music is playing and the titles are
whole-
scrolling, and just to see them,
Which is unique in this episode, too. They haven't done it in any other episode.
yeah.
So.
No, that's just very funny.
So that's good stuff there. I mean, there's the episode. Overall impressions here. I mean,
I want to know what he's going to tell.
yeah. I mean, I really like. Here's the thing with episode 1 and episode 2 of this season is, and I don't know how I feel about it. They've kind of moved away from a lot of the tech-heavy terminology in inside baseball, which I kind of liked a little bit of, look how
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Well, yeah, but I think it's just kind of gone to more of just a straightforward
sitcom show.
Yeah. Which I'm fine with, but I think it might lose a little of its uniqueness of how much inside terminology was in the first season, for example, where you really had to know or research if you really want to know what the fuck they were talking about. But I don't know. I mean, again, the ratings are good, but let's be honest, it's right after Game of Thrones, which is the most watched show in the world.
That's a good point.
So that could be something. I don't know.
Still American Idol.
Is it?
No, I don't know.
You auditioned like 2 or 3 times for American Idol.
Yeah, they didn't pick me.
What was your song that you used?
Fly Like an Eagle.
Fly like an Eagle. Steve Miller?
Yeah.
Wow. Can you do a little bit for us?
Fly like an eagle.
See, he was. I don't know why he didn't get on.
They didn't take me. I don't know why.
I don't know. If you were to audition to American Idol, what would your song be?
This one.
Just his? You do a cover of his cover?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see.
Wind Beneath My Wings.
Frozen.
Of course.
Let It Go.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you sing a little bit for us?
In French?
I mean, there's millions of listeners.
In French, yeah.
In French, yeah.
No, I actually don't.
C'est la merde, c'est la merde.
Où est la bibliothèque? No?
It's exactly what French kid sings about. No,
That's what that song's about,
I would put all my
Donde está la biblioteca?
Yeah. That's what that movie is. You can't find the library.
No.
Yeah. For 90 minutes.
Yes.
All
Which
right.
is about how long that song is in reality.
All right. Well, Clara, any closing thoughts on the episode? We're about to play the Scrum Masters quiz here. We're doing good on time.
Are we doing a quiz?
Oh, we're doing a quiz.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
right. You are
Don't
definitely
cheat.
going to be
Okay.
judged.
Oh, boy.
But closing
Mike
thoughts on the
judged.
episode, on the series, on life itself. In your experience, the
Are
real
you going to let her answer any of the 4 questions
No, you
already?
can keep asking me questions and don't leave me time to answer.
Pick
That's
the
just
one that
beautiful.
you'd like to answer.
That's the Ryan Cronin interview technique.
Nice. I like
You're
it.
welcome.
Well, this at the end of this episode made me want to watch the following one, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like I was being held hostage, which is also good.
Yes.
I felt like every character was moving forward, and
Except
was
for Jin Yang.
well, he was busy on his computer.
Exactly. It's going to come back huge next episode.
Yeah. No,
During
it's-
that, he's watching Game of Thrones on HBO Go. That's what's going on set.
HBO Go. He pirated that shit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Some BitTorrent.
Yeah.
Anyway, I interrupted.
No, that's it.
All right.
Done.
Well, there you go. There you go. Jeff, closing thoughts on this episode.
I'm curious to see how it goes. I like this one a lot better than the first one. But as I said,
I want to know what happens to the Bro app. Excuse me.
Because, now it's real in this
Yes.
I'd be
universe.
surprised if they didn't touch it again. It has to come back.
Especially because this show is going to launch this application. It's crossing into our reality, which I think is fantastic.
But I didn't think episode 1 was the best. But I also felt like they had a lot of shit to deal with. Getting rid of Peter Gregory, introducing Laurie, cleaning up some loose ends. So whatever. But 2 is all good. Episode 2 is all
It's good. I think overall the series just needs more full frontal nudity.
Of which characters?
Doesn't matter.
Really? You're down with
wanna see
TJ
balls
Miller?
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Well, he does have luscious breasts.
I am disappointed that we did not get to see the VC's balls.
Yeah, you did hear them hit the table.
Yeah.
And those are
Really?
it was kind of a wet smacking sound. I wonder
wouldn't
what
know that.
Foley artist, what they used.
Yeah, you need to get
Well,
yourself.
they probably used his balls and
was-
a table.
it was
That was probably what it was.
Yeah.
you need to get
realism.
yourself surround sound.
It's not TV,
No,
it's
you
HBO.
don't have that on your
Yeah.
computer, on your sound effect.
No, I do not.
Incredible. It's incredible. All right.
Close.
Well, here we go, everybody. We're going to play the Scrum Masters quiz. Jeff, you can explain to Clara how this works, and we'll jump right in.
Ryan's going to ask you 3 questions. You need to give an answer. It does not have to be the correct answer. In fact, you won't guess the right answer because Ryan's probably spent an hour on Wikipedia trying to guess some arcane bullshit.
Exactly.
So whatever I answer doesn't matter.
The most improv-y fun answer is usually the best answer.
The what?
Improv-y fun answer is
Okay.
usually the best answer because at least someone will enjoy that. And Ryan's still going to tell you it's wrong even if you guess
Oh wait,
right.
you're not providing me with answers. I hate
no,
it. Okay.
no. Jeff will go first here, so you can see how this
there
works,
you go.
okay?
Yes, I'm sorry, Jeff. I interrupted you.
No.
So we are going to play the quiz
That was-
here. As you know, I try and
Questions?
angle these
What?
questions at least to the...
You gotta-
we
I have
got
a
a question already, yes.
Can I just say whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it have to be reality?
No.
Okay.
Dude, you need to watch some of the
Does it
old
have to be in
episodes.
English?
A physical punishment that happens if you.
Okay. I don't know what you know.
The only acceptable languages are Navajo, Gaelic,
Okay.
and Urdu.
Okay, so we're going to put the revolver on the table. It has one
boy.
bullet in it.
All right.
Okay, so you want to put it to your head, pull the trigger for each question.
There's only one.
People know where I am right now, just so you know.
Well,
I've
actually,
given them the address of where I am.
I know where your car is, too.
I don't know.
Thank you for parking it.
All right. So I'm going to stick with the theme here of this episode here, which, again, it's not so much tech-related. They have been in the past. This, again, is going to be a little bit more about intellectual property and Kickstarter, as a matter of fact. So question number 1, Jeff. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
What is widely known as the first intellectual property lawsuit?
I'm going to go back to last episode.
Okay.
Where it was the great IHOP Denny's lawsuit.
Interesting.
Over the shape of a pancake.
IHOP v. Denny's?
Yeah, IHOP sued Denny's because IHOP had the rights to the circular pancake.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And
so wow.
Which is why Denny's pancakes are now shittier. IHOP won that lawsuit.
What shape are they at Denny's now?
They're more like wrinkly scrotums. Flattened, wrinkly scrotums.
So did they use a mold or
no? They just literally have some dude. They have a mold of some dude's testicles that they flattened, and they use that.
Is it Denny's?
It's not the Denny's. No, it's actually
it's the Burger King.
What
It's
people
the Burger
don't know
King's balls?
is it's the Wendy's girl's high school boyfriend. Oh, his balls.
And what was his name again?
Dennis.
But not Denny.
No.
It's just a weird
coincidence.
Coincidence. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good guess. Claire, what do you think? What is widely known as the first intellectual property
I gave you
lawsuit?
like a good 2 minutes to think of an answer.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wow. Ask me the question again.
What do you think is widely known as the very first intellectual property lawsuit?
I have a real answer after this that I'm curious.
Okay.
No, give it now.
Alternating current, direct current.
Nope.
No. So the first lawsuit for intellectual property, I would say abortion.
Just abortion.
That's it.
Wow.
Somebody thought of it first.
Yeah.
And some other people said, no, we thought of it first, and we want to be hated.
Wow. And around circa, what year was this?
One.
We settled on the calendar and we were like, now we can get on to the real topics.
Yeah. Exactly.
Who invented this shit?
Yeah.
Probably some guy.
All right. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, I like that. And, you actually may be right.
Thank you.
But
I've actually researched this.
Yeah, I could tell. I could see it. I could see it happening. You got out your reading glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And worst
You weren't
case,
reading
I just
anything,
looked to this area for inspiration.
Yeah.
So Ron Abuelo
The bourbon.
comes up a lot. Yeah.
Whiskey. Nice.
Tequila.
So I like the guesses, guys. I like it. I think we're circling it here. Now, some people say it was Isaac Newton,
Who's that guy?
V. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz around the intellectual property of calculus. Leibniz actually put out a paper in 1684. Newton put out his book Optics in 1704, but mentioned that, no, I wrote a paper in 1665 and I showed
I've
it to
done
some
that
friends.
before. Yeah.
Leibniz died in 1716, and so Newton came out on top. Now, some people say that, but the real answer, the real answer is, of course, the famous court case, Uga versus Booga, over fire in 350,000 BC. Okay.
That was not funny.
All right.
You need to try harder.
I can't follow IHOP. I can't follow IHOP.
You can. Or Dennis.
All right. Well, we're all tied up. here. Okay, so we're going to move into question 2.
By the way, my wife
burner.
speaks French.
It's a barn
good.
burner.
You should
All
talk.
I like her.
Yeah, you should talk French.
And a little
there.
Z. Okay. Question 2. So we saw Kickstarter in this episode. What was the very first Kickstarter project? Bonus points for the.
Would you like to go first this time?
Was it not a movie or a watch? No?
Yep.
No, it was.
Whatever you want to go with.
I'll go first.
Okay. Very first Kickstarter.
One man's desire to have a Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity.
IHOP.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. He just needed $8, and
So he put out the very first Kickstarter launches.
Yeah.
He puts out, I want to get a Rudy Tutti Fresh.
He did one day, which is always a mistake. You want a 30-day Kickstarter.
Yeah,
you want that extra time.
Yes.
He only raised $7. He didn't get shit.
He didn't get it.
And he went hungry.
But everybody got their money back.
But no one remembers that because it didn't succeed.
Yeah. Did he go to Denny's?
No, the first successful Kickstarter was a guy who wanted a Happy Meal at McDonald's.
Okay, so again,
But he was smart enough to do a 14-day campaign.
for like $3. Like I don't know how much a Happy Meal
Whatever,
is.
$6.72 or whatever.
Okay.
And he actually funded in the last 30 seconds of that
Whoa.
14-day
Whoa.
campaign.
Yeah,
But he
with
got-
a generous $3 donation.
Boom.
From a
What
man
was
named
what was the
Alphonse
toy?
Riviero.
Alphonse Carlton. Yeah. Carlton from the Fresh Prince successfully funded. That's incredible.
So there you go.
Wow. Well, with those facts, it must be true. But Clara, what do you think? What was the very first Kickstarter project?
Does it have? It's probably some asshole who took some pictures and wanted to have a book made of his
So a photography book.
blurry
of
pictures.
Yeah.
Please fund this.
What
Yeah.
pictures?
Of some cats.
It's
Yeah.
probably birds taken with Jared's binoculars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look at me! I took some
Yeah.
pictures, and I think everybody needs to see them. And
The answer was
if
no one wanted to see
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you give $5, I'll send you a cat, a real one.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
It was regardless. It was an asshole who wanted something.
I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
That was the factual part of the answer.
Yeah, well,
It was
here's-
some asshole.
Here's the thing. For the first time in Scrum Master's quiz history, you might get some partial points here because now some people say that it was a project called New York Makes a Book, the first crowdfunded picture book of New York.
I'll
This
give you
was-
credit.
Was it New York Cats?
The cats could be in there. Yeah,
She wins.
I think you win. Now, this
Period.
Was, yeah.
You know what I really wanted to say was some girl who wanted to get an abortion,
Yeah.
and anyways is the first person who started. But
Kickstarter to get
I
an
decided
abortion,
not to
You
talk
decided
about
not to
abortion
because I already reused a
Yeah.
joke, and you, were
did?
like
Oh,
two
okay.
people
Well, then-
Pretty
reusing a
good.
joke.
Yeah. Sorry.
So New York,
right,
New
of
York
course,
Makes
yes.
a Book. That was on April 28th, 2009, the same day Kickstarter launched, and actually the funders were the owners of
Kickstarter. And how
it
where-
wasn't their project, but they funded it.
And
But-
how is the book doing?
Well, it made its goal. It's a $3,000 goal. They made it. They made $3,329, so it was launched. But I don't own a copy, so I don't know. Whatever. Well, now some people say that, but unfortunately,
That's not the truth.
unfortunately, the real answer.
I was right.
I think we all know this. The first funded Kickstarter project was a little app called Rat Roulette, which is nothing but rats masturbating.
See, I
Very
thought it was
nice.
actually the Judah raising money for the dagger that he stabbed into Christ, but whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
the Spear of Destiny?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, okay. Well, again.
Anyway.
a lot here.
Judas.
A lot here. But
Sorry, not
okay,
Judah.
I think we're at right now.
Question
Jeff,
3.
Jeff is at 0. Clara is at
Infinity.
0.5.
I'm at 5.
No, she's at infinity.
Fine. She's
Yeah.
at infinity.
Thank
Infinity
you,
to
guys.
0.
I've
So-
never seen a person get an answer that was so improv-y, so close to factual.
So close, yeah.
I feel
it's really
sarcasm.
impressive. All
No,
right,
I'm
so
serious.
That it is. I mean, you're probably going to win. Here.
I think you've won every
You're
Scrum
gonna
Masters
win.
Don't
challenge.
jinx me, you guys.
Unless Jeff nails this number, and I see him trying to
12.
read this. So
I
question
know the numbers. That's not fair.
Question 3 is always the Price is Right rules. So
Okay.
closest to the number, okay? So we're talking about Hooli trying to acquire Pied Piper.
Yes.
All right? Hooli is loosely modeled on Google. How many companies has Google acquired to date? Super bonus points if you tell me the first company and that date. That's
I'm going to
super
guess the
bonus
date
points.
because I didn't see the date.
Okay.
I saw the number.
You saw the number. All right.
So here's my bullshit answer for the number.
Sure, the very first acquisition by Google
42,
is 42.
because it's the only answer.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now, date.
Google it.
February 1st, 94.
Going too far back.
All right.
Too far back. It's farther back than I thought, but that's too far back. All right. So Jeff did, as usual. I really need to hide this. But, all right. So Price is Right rules.
I didn't even
So
understand the question.
Well,
so,
all you got to do is give me a number here. How many companies
Has Google acquired?
Google acquired? Without going over. But it's not going to matter.
I can't go over 42?
You can say 43.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say 12. No, I'll say 475.
Okay. So you're going there.
Or 54.
And in your opinion, what was the very first company?
What day?
Well, not the date, but what was the company? What did Google have to get their hands on?
Ask Jeeves.
The www? No. Isn't that what they had to buy? I would have no idea.
You don't know? All right.
Yahoo, maybe?
Yahoo. That's little known fact.
AOL?
Little known fact that Google has actually acquired them, but doesn't tell anybody.
Of course.
So we think
well,
that
they're
we're
working, like they're pretended
it's all
to
one
be.
company. We
it
know
is.
that. It's
I know.
all run by the
Holy.
International House of
Oh,
Pancakes.
yeah.
We know that. IHOP is at the top.
A lot of people think GE is one of the most diversified companies.
But it was done in in 91.
It's actually IHOP.
Yeah, but it's IHOP. Yeah, but in 1991
is when they
Google
acquired their first company.
Yahoo. All right.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I like these guys. You went at 400 there. So I like this again. The third one is just straight up here. All right. It's 180.
I think she gets infinity minus 7.
180. Yeah. We're still a pretty good number,
How about
though.
450 minus
Pretty good
7
number.
at this point?
And the first acquisition was a company called Deja News, or a site called Deja News, which is a news archive search. That was on February 12th, 2001.
I actually remember that site.
All right. So there you go, everybody. There's a Scrum Masters quiz coming right in at 45 minutes. Pretty good.
I did pretty well.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
I think you did great.
Thank you.
Do you want to plug anything before we leave?
Yeah, where can the listeners find you?
Oh, well.
Tweet to you?
Oh, they
your
can
home
tweet
address,
at me.
Social security number?
Well, let's see. My Twitter handle is at Clara Bijl, but it's very complicated. So go on my website called funnyfrench.com.
That's easier to remember.
We can definitely do that.
Funnyfrench.com. Let's see. I'll be at the Punchline on the 19th of May.
Boom.
And I will be at the Throckmorton on the I don't know of what. The Throckmorton
It's on the
Theater.
website, though.
It will be on the website as of
So.
tonight and as I update my everything.
Anyway.
Yeah, so locals, check her out. Those of you in Sweden, get on a fucking
That's right.
plane.
May 12th,
May
I'll be
12th
at the Throckmorton Theater.
The Throckmorton.
And May 19th, I will be at the Punchline. I will be doing 15 minutes.
Giggin'. She's out there, folks.
That's
She's
right.
out there.
And then, and May 27th, I'll be at the Docs Lab.
Doc's
Oh, yeah.
Lab. That's a very, very cool place.
Cool
Yes.
new venue in
Yes.
the remnants of the Purple Onion.
Exactly.
May she rest in peace.
It is good stuff.
Funnyfrench.com.
It is good stuff. Funnyfrench.com. Jeff, any closing thoughts here before we close her
Where
up?
will you be on May 19th?
I will be here watching teenage women play video games, which is still going on behind Ryan.
On in the background. I don't know if you can see that.
Kai Berries, if anyone's interested on Twitch.
Nice.
K-A-Y-E. I'll plug her. K-I-Y-E Berries.
Yep.
If you can't figure out how to spell berries, oh well.
Yep.
Funnyfrench.com.
Those of you on Twitch, keep an eye out there for Richard Hendricks, for Thomas Middleditch. He's on there, by the way.
Under the handle Middle Ditch. Very original.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Happy 420. We will see you in a week here for episode 3. Remember, stay compressed, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Yay.
Bye.